Hello. Elementary school has a liberal agenda. I know what you're thinking. You're thinking, James, you finally lost your marbles, didn't you? No, I did not say this. I would not say this. But Fox News did. Now, there's a video that I'm going to link in the description box that's going to link you to For Progress, which is a YouTube channel of young liberals, young adult liberals. It's worth watching. I only watched one video so far, but just by that one video, I could tell that the channel is very informative in what it talks about, and I would suggest to you to subscribe to that channel. Like them on their Facebook, which is For Progress, and they also follow me here on Google+, so you could go to their page from there. Now, let me set this up for you. Now, 2 years ago, well, 3 years ago, Fox News did their show The Five. It was in its first year, and they did this. It's beautifully stupid, but it's worth watching for the humor. And I'll explain why they're wrong.
Even worse is the way some textbooks are pushing the liberal agenda. Take, for example, Scholastic Books. They call themselves the world's leading publisher of children's books, so it's likely that your kid is learning from one of their textbooks. Check out the wording of this algebra lesson. Can you get this? Which camera? You want number 6? Distribute the wealth, or a distributed property of addition and multiplication. This is for grades 3 through 6. Distribute the wealth with the lovely rich girl with a big old bag of money handing some money out. So, as you folks, I do it every year at Parent Teacher Night. You have to read your kids' textbooks, find out what's being taught. If you see a bias, make sure you explain it to your kids, and by all means, tell your teachers you're on it. Kimberly.
This isn't that easy.
I'm asking. Exactly right. Do you read Ronan's textbooks?
Yes, but he really doesn't have any textbooks. He's in kindergarten, and so he just has like little worksheets and cute stuff. But yes, every night he gets homework. Yes, every night I do it with him and go through these little sheets. So far, so good. We're on high alert, though, especially after this inappropriateness for Rock Hussein Obama.
You know, I read him.
Okay. Now, Scholastic has been around since the 80s. Scholastic math books, Scholastic reading textbooks, Scholastic this, Scholastic that, has been around since the 1980s. So, Republicans, if you want to blame, Republicans at Fox, if you want to blame any president for teaching kids a liberal agenda, you want to blame your Saint Ronald Reagan. But the other thing is, though, but here's the facts, though. And Fox News, I'm not surprised they did it. Every time something goes wrong in this country or something doesn't go their way, it's automatically Obama's fault. Obama this, Obama that, curse Obama because of this, that, or the other. It's always Obama's fault to these people. So I'm not surprised they used the Obama thing. And quite frankly, I wasn't shocked. I was kind of expecting it. I would have been disappointed if it wasn't brought up. But here's the thing. So considering that Rupert Murdoch is the owner of the New York Post, National Geographic, which I don't think is going to be that screwed up, and I'll explain why towards the end of this video, and Fox News and 20th Century Fox, this guy has he has tons of money, and he does distribute the wealth, okay? That's exactly what he does. When an employer gives his employee, male or female, it doesn't matter, a paycheck, that's distributing the wealth. That's common sense. The wealth is always distributed, especially locally. When a business owner who owns a mom and pop store gives their employee a paycheck, it's distributing the wealth. When you pay for something and that money that you paid for a product goes back into the economy and goes to, education and stuff like that, that's distributing the wealth. So distributing the wealth happens all the time. So denying that distributing the wealth happens, and I hate to say this because I hate to, I don't have a hateful bone in my body, but Fox, seriously, you guys are dumbasses. I hate to use the term because I truly don't have a mean bone in my body, but you guys are truly dumbasses. So you guys must be pretty liberal then, because if you think about it, Rupert Murdoch does the math to make sure you get the appropriate paycheck. So you guys are pretty liberal. So you must be Michael Moore fans. Oh God, I'm gonna get a lot of conservatives are gonna hate me for saying that. But the point is though, math does not have a liberal agenda. We use math and science. There are conservative scientists. Believe me, some scientists are not liberal by any means. There are scientists who are liberal. There are independent scientists who can see both sides of the spectrum, and there are really hardcore conservative scientists. So saying math has a liberal agenda, that's kind of like saying anyone who does math is automatically a liberal. Oh, the stupidity of Fox News is beautiful. And this is what I say about Fox News. Don't hate, appreciate. I don't hate Fox News. I appreciate Fox News because of the comedy that they naturally produce by their own stupidity. But let's give credit to where credit is due, though. Fox, though, sometimes has been on the ball on some news stories even before MSNBC, CNN, ABC, NBC, or CBS even has. Sometimes they were on the ball of some stories before other news organizations were. So, quite honestly, they were right about the drones, the drone strikes. They were right about them all along. While everyone else was knocking Fox News for reporting it, they were right on it. I mean, it's too much now. It really is. It should stop after what happened with the Afghanistan hospital, where it was accidentally hit. I'm not buying that for a second. But here's the thing, though. I want to get back to this before I finish my video. National Geographic, the channel, was and the magazine were bought by Rupert Murdoch recently, and have no fear, believe me, it's not going to get screwed up, because National Geographic, the channel, and the magazine have always had a long-time partnership since the 1980s with 20th Century Fox, which Rupert Murdoch owns, and it never denied climate change, because people within the scientific community own and operate National Geographic. Well, they partially own National Geographic still, but Rupert Murdoch owns the majority of it. But the point is, they still work on the magazine. Rupert Murdoch isn't going to get National Geographic magazine to, Bill O'Reilly or anyone like that. No, Rupert Murdoch is a smart businessman. Let's give him credit. He knows that the people who work on National Geographic magazine and on the network as well are professional scientists, so they know what they're doing. So I don't think National Geographic is going to get screwed up just because Rupert Murdoch owns it. But I could be wrong, but I don't think I am.